Hey everybody, Chris here. So where's the next major Dogecoin resistance? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when new videos come out as well as when we do live streams. And I'm recording this on Thursday morning before the PPI data comes out, before stock market opens up. So not quite sure how the volatility of that is going to work out. I think the PPI is going to be okay, but there are some signs there of some weakness in the market due to Walmart saying that they're going to have to raise some prices because of tariffs on products they're bringing in. What's Powell going to say? I guess he's going to do an interview or something. And typically when he talks, the markets don't like that either. So we're a little down this morning. So we're going to look at support levels and resistance levels as well. And a little extra couple things. Chris Pax again is highlighted. Was quoted in Cointelegraph, so I will show you that as well as a fun little chart that our friend Trader Alan put together and what AI thinks about that. So all of that coming up. Let's get into it. Let me show you the charts and the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. We start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart. We're at 22.6 right now. Overnight, we did come down to about 22.2 on the dip. Didn't quite hit 22 cents. Bitcoin is at 102.3. It did drop down to about 101.5. So Bitcoin overnight did a big retrace. And of course, Doge follows along. So down about 2% or so. There's some down about 3, 4, or even 5%. So that's overall in the market what has happened over the past 12 hours. This was this little reverse head and shoulders we had during the live stream on Wednesday. Again, just a reminder, my Thursday live stream is going to be a late night one because I have an event I'm going to when I'm normally live around 4 o'clock p.m. East Coast time. So this will be 9 o'clock p.m. East Coast time, a late night special Chris Pax live. For those who are late nighters or maybe even early in the morning on Friday, depending on where you are in the world, do join in. That's why you have to be subscribed. You have to have your notifications on so you know when I go live, because you want to join in because we have a lot of fun with that. So this little reverse head and shoulder pattern started to play out. We started to get some move up here to about 23.6, but then it was denied an overnight retrace. And there was a larger head and shoulder pattern that was forming here, but it didn't quite play out as well. And that's the one that I was quoted on. I'll show you that in a little bit as well. So this is where we are on Thursday morning. Walmart says it's hiking prices due to tariffs. Markets don't like that. The markets don't like that at all. And then we've got Powell, U.S. stock futures are falling. Anything with Jerome Powell. And it's like, Trump just says, come on, you're too late. Interest rates should have already been dropped. But that's what we have, right? And this just is some volatility, short-term up and down. In the big picture, right? That's what we want to see is what the big picture is. Because the short-term stuff is just for the traders. So if you're swing trading this, right, then you want to be cued in on all this. But if you're zoomed out, I guess that, you just watch all of this churn and you wait for the big moves. That's what I talked about. Just a minute. Why is crypto going down now? Bitcoin, ETH, Doge prices pulling back after hitting 3-month highs. Yep, since the April lows, we're back to the February numbers, which is great. Some profit taking. Yep, that happens as well. Every time we see the markets up, some people are going to want to take some profits, and that's okay. And but we could have resistance at key levels amid shifting investor sentiment. So what are those levels? Well, right now, we're seeing a little downward action, a little red in the crypto market right now. But, that's just a short-term thing. We'll see what Powell's remarks are. We'll see how the stock market responds to PPI data. If the stock market turns around and starts going up, then crypto's going to go up too. That's just sort of the daily grind we have. Trader Alan's like, look, we've got this nice big bull flag now. Yes, we're having a little retrace. There's room within the flag for this to come down a little more. But typically when you see this kind of movement, especially in what I think is an overall bull market, that's pretty good. And Alva, the AI responds, Doge is setting up for a classic 4-hour breakout as accumulation drives fresh momentum and the bull flag structure holds above key support at 22.5. So we did dip down to 22.2, but that's still pretty close. Recent news points to robust institutional inflows and heavy social engagement, but over leverage in futures could spark a shakeout. MACD's mixed. The relative strength index is oversold a bit on the long-term time frames. So if buyers clear 25.8, 28.6, the door is open for a run to 37 cents. So mark that number, 37 cents. Where does that come from? And then on the downside, they're saying 19.1 is crucial downside level. So that's what Alva says, and that is backed up with some numbers. We'll get to that in a minute. We zoom out a little more. Trader Allen's saying, look, Dogecoin aligns with this indicator, signaling a massive pump is incoming. The Doge rise will be swift and rapid. Looking at whatever this blue and orange indicator is, he didn't say what it was. People are asking, it's like, what's the indicator, sir? What is this? And Allen didn't say. It's just like some indicator down here. I looked for it. I couldn't figure out what that was. But it does kind of align with the price action. This Zoom does a 2-week chart. So we go back to 2023 and the dip we had there, and then whatever this indicator is, it dipped to. And then it went up, and it went to whatever the oversold position is. Maybe this is a dot plot of RSI or something, I don't know, or a MACD kind of dot plot thing. Not quite sure. But then we had the dip again last summer, and then that dot plot went back to the overbought dip. Then we had the November run, comes up, oversold. And then we go back over again. So I guess that's overbought, and this is oversold down here. But that's okay. It's following the dot plot. Are we ready for this next big run up? That's the overall sentiment that Allen has here. In this overall bull market, this is what could be coming for Doge. And this dot plot thing, whatever it is pointing to that as well. So let's look at Cointelegraph. Dogecoin active addresses are surging. Now, some people think that there's some Dogeal stuff and other things going on with Doge, kind of mucking up the blockchain again. There's some writing about that on X that I've been watching, and it's just like, guys, let's just wait for Doge OS, and let's do that on a layer 2 kind of thing. We don't want the Dogecoin blockchain getting all messed up. It's supposed to be for transactions here, and then if all of this stuff is happening on the Dogecoin blockchain, then you've got higher fees and slower transaction speeds and all of that. So there's a point to be made there. But yeah, we had big active number of addresses here in November when price was going up and things were going crazy. We had a little bit in March of an uptick, but now look what's happening in May. We're starting to get those active addresses, active wallets that are doing things with Dogecoin now. Are we going to get back up to those November levels? Again, that would be the FOMO, and that would be the price accelerating up that's going to do something like that. So it looks like it's starting to tick up there. And then we looked at the open interest. We looked at this over the past 2 days on both videos and live streams. And with that, there's a lot of heavy leverage right now, about 75% long, betting that Dogecoin is going to go up, and they want to ride that train up with leverage, 2x, 5x, 10x, whatever it is that they're betting that they want to be in those gains. So there's that. Dogecoin price targets 40 cents. Allen has this line on the chart, but I want to focus in more to about 36 cents in just a minute. But then I'm quoted, meanwhile, Dogecoin proponent Chris Pax, I'm a Dogecoin proponent, look at that, highlighted an inverse head and shoulders pattern on the 1-day chart, suggesting a potential surge to 42 cents, with the pattern reflecting a bullish breakout. The trader said, hey, look, I'm a trader too, look at that. Stuck between 22 and 25 cents, Opportunities for buying dips will come. Some will swing trade, but when Doge decides to take off, you will want to be on board. And yes, I did say that on an X post. So, hey, I'm quoted in Cointelegraph. That's awesome. But where's the next major Dogecoin resistance? And that's what we want to look at. And this is another one of Ali's charts. And this chart talks about where has all the Dogecoin been bought. This big, huge line up here, that's 6 cents. That's in the 6-cent range. And that's where we were accumulating Doge 2 years ago. And a lot of other people and a lot of whales were buying a lot of Doge 2 years ago in the bear market at 6 cents. That's why my overall average is still around 7 cents, because most of my Doge was all bought during that time period. Now we also have a tick up at about 17 cents, about 19 cents, and 21 cents. So those three ranges right there, that's where support is. Right now, this is where Doge current price is, right around here. But look at that, looking upwards, 27, 30, 33. There's not a lot of buying of Doge that has happened there. The next uptick is up here at like 36, 37 cents. And most of that Doge was bought last November, December, when Doge went up to 40, 42, 44 cents, and then there was a dip down, and a lot of people were buying that dip. But then Doge followed all the tariff fears and ended up coming down lower. So there's a lot of people sitting there with Doge at 37 cents. So what does that mean? That means that if the Dogecoin price starts moving up, there's not a lot of resistance there because there's not a lot of people holding Doge there. What does this mean? Well, people do, especially if they're below their average, once it gets back to their average, they do tend to sell. Especially if they're disillusioned about Doge. There's a lot of that. We hear that during the live streams. Once it gets over 37 cents, though, some people may want to be taking profits. So that's what this is about. That's what the major resistance is going to be up there. There is some short-term resistance that I've identified, 27 cents. So once Doge starts moving and finally gets above that 25-cent line, 27, a little bit more at like 31, and then 37. Those are the numbers we will be looking at. Another fun chart that Alan put together was, hey, look at this, dump Dogecoin, it's plummeting, it's getting worse. This is a flipped chart. And it's at a logarithmic scale. It's a flipped chart here. And this is a fun thing that Alan put together. It's just like, well, you flip the chart, you zoom out. Again, these are the 4-year cycles, 2017, 2021, and now 2025. Are we going to have this move? And just kind of funny to see it like flipped. And it's just like, yeah, this looks very bearish, right? And it's funny because this guy Ankush says, hey, ask Perplexity, what are your thoughts on this? So he's asking the AI, and the AI says, this chart, the chart in this image is showing a bearish technical pattern for Dogecoin, suggesting the possibility of another significant drop. And it's just like, the AI did not see the scale here and that it's reversed. This is a reverse scale. Here's 0.001. Here's 1 cent here. Here's 2 cents here. Again, 2021, right? The big move. And then here we are right now at 22 cents, 23 cents. We're right in there. Doge had moved up to 48 cents. And so this move is pointing to prices actually going up. But Perplexity was like, this looks bearish. This is a bearish chart. I thought that was kind of funny. Kind of funny. But here we are right now. We're kind of locked in the zone, right? Between 22 cents and 25 cents. So this is the range that Dogecoin is trading in now. We see what the bigger support and resistance lines are beyond this. But short term, still, it's between 22 and 25 cents. Range bound as we've been. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about all of this? Chris Pax getting quoted. This reverse chart that that Alan put together with the AI, like not getting it at all? Let me know. Comments below. Give the video a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.